Breaking news, baby dolls. The PulseChain Sacrifice Funds are moving. 41,000 Ethereum has been moved so far. Now, I just want to start off by saying, I know whenever we report on these, there's always a few people that get upset. They want everybody to go, please be quiet. Don't talk to anybody out there. Don't let anybody know. Look, man, if you were telling me this in 2023, I totally get it. I feel you. I'm like, you know what? Everyone just shut up. But it's been more than 4 years now. It's been like 4.5 years almost. HEX is down 99%. We are all down 80% from the sacrifice in PulseX. We were the top signal. PMI is low for business cycle. It's very vicious out there. Every crypto KOL is calling for a bear market. The majority, okay? A lot of people are wondering if they got scammed and that they've missed out on the bull market. So I'm just here to tell you, don't be surprised if a lot of people are excited for PulseChain when they see funds move around. Because it means something's going to happen. Because of the boredom. Because they have all their friends and their family and their lives. And everyone, they feel like they're being scammed because the price is down. Some say Dune. I'm a Dune guy. All right? So, well, I don't consider it a loss. A lot of people say, oh, I've lost. Okay, bro. It's a loss. Click sell and get out. I'm still holding. Let's continue. I heard a rumor PulseChain Sacrifice Funds are on the move again. 41,000 Ethereum. Now, I have a postie from DC Me. I'm going to go to the timeline just shortly after this, just to start off by saying it, because I was alerted from the pDAI Telegram. Thank you to Mr. Crypto McCoes and Mr. Tobies. Sac Funds on the move. 41,000 ETH. $165 million has been sent to fresh wallets so far. So, of course, DC Me is a pDAI believer. So, obviously, he's going to speculate that these will go Apu Piso behind the Slingshot PRC20 to ensure it remains at parity. The first movement of the Sac Funds got it to parity. The funds moving it now will be the collateral that quotes 1-to-1 for pDAI at $1. So obviously I'm laughing because let's play some PulseChain music. Yes. Here we go again. It's a funny meme now. It's like, oh, Richard deposited $400 into this wallet. That's going to be the collateral of Peg Peter. Look, man, we have to laugh at each other, and we do. It is funny. Also, shout out to all the baby dolls using Sora to do this AI. Man, friends, it's getting really good, man. It's getting really, really, really good. Is Richard Hart out here? That's really cool to see. All these pictures. Man, they're so good. It looks like it's right from the South Park set. Damn. Okay. So the funds being moved. The prices are rising, friends. So we see PulseChain up 5%, 3% for everything else. You have HEX up 11%, pHEX 4%. You have pDAI up a whopping 25%. I don't know why, personally. I don't know why pDAI and PWBTC are up this much when PulseChain itself was created for dick with butt as a core coin. So I personally, obviously I like seeing it higher, but I'm curious, like, why did this one go up most? I'd like everything to go up equally because we hold all of them. But yeah, that's cool. I'm going to show you some stuff from the timeline now, though. We have Fast Abdul here talking about the funds. We have 40,000 ETH being moved. Since April, around 200 million total has been moved from the sack bag and has not yet been deployed. It's enough to pump the chain hundreds of X's. That's great. Great. Personally, I think it's me. I don't know anything, all right? I don't know anything. Guessing, speculating, smelling. Seems like it's preparing for the next phase of the bull market. Remember, Richard Hart posted the bubbles showing, Ethereum going $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. I guess he doesn't think it's over. Most crypto KOLs do think it's over, So that could be we're readying the next phase for the next leg up. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean we deploy now, because remember, I think technically it's not even in profit now, or maybe it is just barely in profit. I don't think there's anything to be deployed now, but it could be just one of these early pricing in movers of the next leg of Ethereum and crypto moving. Now I'm just going to show you some more posts from PulseChainStats.com. Give them a nice follow. If I were Richard, I would start splitting the treasury into subset wallets, move it through privacy protocols, and stop people from being able to track the movements just before PulseChain season. Okay. Friends, PulseChainStats is I think it is Richard Hart himself. Okay, I think it's their insiders. Okay, they got a great website. That's why I think it's Richard. Like, this is Richard Hart design. It's nice, the bold text, the different prices here. This is all from all-time low, making everything look nice and juicy for people to come in. Here's nice holder growth. Here, these are just the official PulseChain Richard Hart core coins. Okay, so this is it, the website. So that could be it. What's happening? They're being moved and split, which is what we want, man. This is what you want. You don't want non-believers who sold to be told the Batman signal that now it's time to allocate in with 100% certainty. You don't want that, right? And can I tell you something, friends? I don't have any information of this, so this is just me guessing in the future. But I wouldn't be surprised if what we'll do is we'll bring the PulseChain chart price up. I wouldn't be surprised. So here's PLS, okay? Let's move it on daily. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a moment where we go up, okay? And then some of the funds buy. But what ends up happening is when it goes up, the price gets snapped down by, I guess, PulseChain believer pioneers, side wallets. Because what it will do is it will shake out the people who are just buying because they see a SAC fund in, okay? Because they're trying to front run it. So I won't be surprised if that's what happens, okay? That's also why I'm of the belief, friends, when the SAC funds, they last bought big up here, you know how we went back down? Look, this is just me. I don't know anything, okay? I'm just speaking out into the air, blah, 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 blah. But I'm guessing it was Richard. Me. And it's smart. Now, if you paint your fingernails, pencil neck, noodle arm, you got a hunchback, you can't understand what I'm talking about. So you can click sell and get the hell out. But what I'm telling you is, I think this was a perfect gambit move. In terms of SAC funds were used $20 million to buy up here, and then it got weak hands in who were like, oh, I'm holding because of the SAC funds. And then we dump down and we shake out all the weak hands. Because now you force out the people who were just in because of the SAC funds. Okay? So yeah, it's painful for you and me. It is. But it's a gambit move. It's a chess move. This is what you want. Because now when we go up later, these people don't have big bags. Ivan sold, friends. Our friend Ivan. We love you, Ivan. We appreciate you. We pray for you, sir. You know? Remember, Ivan has sold here. He sold his PulseChain. He went into soy. So yeah, it's still down like 35%. But if we do like a big snap up move, so he's out now. I'm just giving you one example, okay? Not to pick on anybody or anything. Of course, well, I can't pick on anyone. You know what I mean? Friends, we're always punching up here. You know what I mean? We're the underdogs. We're the underdogs, right? We have the straightest posture, but we're the underdogs, okay? Pound for pound, we're going to win. But I'm giving you an idea of what's going on. Now, a lot of people, I know they don't get it, man. But of course you don't get it. You're just a little drop of water in the ocean. So if you're a little droplet of water, you can't fathom what it's like inside the belly of a whale. You can't fathom what it's like to be a sea cucumber out there just squirting yourself everywhere in the world, right? You ever seen one of those, friends? You ever stepped on a sea cucumber? Okay? But you have to think from the perspective of a leader who wants to succeed. Okay? What do? You know? Is it a false flag operation? You know, very, very common. This is it, man. Like, if you don't want to play the game, don't play the game, friends. Like, have you ever played, friends? You ever play, like, go play, like, any of the greatest PlayStation games where there's, like, a lot of thriller and stuff out here and there's twists? The game creators, they literally, there's, like, a twist, big twists at the end of, like, you know, Metal Gear Solid and a lot of stuff out here. And people feel, like, betrayed. Like, oh, I can't believe you did that. Look, bro, it's a game. It's experience. We live in some sort of simulated matrix reality. Call it what you want. You can call it manipulation or you can call it achieving a goal. The world's full of grays. Yeah, the world is full of grays when it comes to these, you know? But you got to think about at the end what we're here for. We're here for we're trying to win. You get it? You're doing whatever you can to win. Like, I'll just give you an example, friends, while I play some angel music, okay? And we swim into the next scene. Swimming together. Think about Michael Jordan. Think about Tiger Woods. Okay? Not Lion Woods, Tiger Woods. Think about like these super great sports stars, you know, they probably had a wife and kids at some point, you know, when they're making it. Yeah. Think about like Tom Brady, the greatest sports stars. I'm sure there's many others. There are an infinite number of family events, kids' birthdays, and precious moments with their family that they missed because they want to go play with some balls and put it through a net. You know, Lionel Messi or any of these other great football players, they did it, friends. They all do. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end, though, what do you remember? Do you say, hey, that was a useless father. He didn't show up for his children. He abandoned them. He missed 15,000 family events. He didn't see his kid take the first step because he was basically playing with other dudes' balls and putting balls in the back of a net with his foot. Is that what you remember? You don't remember that. You remember the 17 trophies in the cabinet. You know, the world's full of greys. There are sacrifices that we have to make, you know? So it's a matter of perception. So that's why I'm showing you PulseChain Stats. Maybe that's what these are really being used for. These funds are being used to split, right? The tracking of the movements, which I'm all on par of. And that's why a lot of people might believe that, hey, now we're all about to get scammed. Now Richard Hart's going to buy a lot of Bugattis. Look, man, they're free to think like that. You know, I think they're just reflecting what the prices have been doing, which is down. Doormat, stop buying pDAI. So this is obviously a joke, friends. Remember, Richard Hart, in March of this year, he made that tweet. He said, stop buying pDAI. And it was a double speak message. He wrote, stop buying pDAI with a question mark, because if you're a hater of pDAI, you're saying, see, he said, stop buying it. And then if you believe in it, you're like, no, he added a question mark. He's trying to fake and shake you out. Okay. I don't know why this thing's up like 20, 25% disbelief. Yeah. Cause even I'm like, why are you going up? Yeah, it's cool. HEX Alerts. HEX climbed up by 9% in the last 47 hours. I really like this HEX Alerts. It's really cool. Random times, a random amount of hours, like 23 hours or 27 hours. It's nice to see that they're the random amount here. Bobby, thank you for your hard work. We appreciate it, friends. We're all in this together. Thank you to Mr. Crypto saying, we are the heart of PulseChain. A great song up here. Well done, man. We're all using AI for great stuff. I really like. That's a community, friends. A community always pushes its stuff, pushes everything forward. Here we have Mr. Saint Wolf out here. Time to pay attention. Replying to Mr. Fast Abdul. Time to pay attention. That's what, like, I guess what it is. We're literally, you know, once again, we're polishing the rockets, if you know what I mean. You know, some people like that. You know, hanging out with Elon Musk. I bet he gets his rocket polished in a very family-friendly way. At the NASA station, you know, I wonder what his DMs look like. So I'm leaning more towards that instead of we're going to peg pDAI with $22. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Here we have Royce and Hart. Many of the most powerful influencers in the crypto space don't rely on random luck. They understand exactly how everything works. A lot of so-called influencers simply recycle what they read from another post or Telegram. The real edge comes from engaging and understanding actual mechanics, not parroting them. Well done, sir. Well done. You're either a fanboy, someone follows trends without building, or someone contributing to real foundational work, you know. But, once again, we know, friends, we know. Also, Mr. Royce and Hart, again, $100 million in Ether's moved from Richard Hart's Sac Vault. We know a lot of these, unfortunately, this is just the law of the land. Is how the world works. It's all based off risk. It's all based off hindsight, price performance. So, like, you know, friends, ZEC, Zcash is down 99% against Bitcoin. No one's saying, oh, wow, it's such a genius thing for making it out. They're not. They're not. They're saying, well, everyone's lost 99% of their Bitcoin value. So, you know, it's just because the price went down. And remember, Ethereum, Vitalik is hailed as a genius at the top. It goes down. They go, oh, Ethereum's a scam. Shouldn't even have it. You know? So, price moving up or down can't be your ultimate dictator of whether you see value. Right? That's why even Mark Yasko always says, you know, the price is a liar. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. If you see long-term value, who's to stop you from owning something? Mr. Grand Inquisitor, you can shill me anything you want. You can call me names. You can hate what I say or what coins I hold. I'll never block you. At most, I'll mute you. That's what sets me apart from many core coin maxis. pDAI stands for freedom. Against censorship, it's the people's DAI. We're here to value what Richard Hart stands for. If you want to see this chain thrive, fight for every token on this chain, not just the cause. This is what brings prosperity to everyone. So he's calling for PulseChain, core coin. We have these different cute words out here, friends, because it's funny. All our terms, friends, like anybody who's even remotely revolved in PulseChain, everyone just says, oh, Richard Hart scam victim. That's what the whole crypto community just says. And within us, we have our own different like splits of what we call in labels and stuff out here. But ultimately, that's, you know, it's going to come to everyone's calling to just basically cheer for everything else. Because friends, we know the truth, okay? We know ultimately PulseChain was made for dick with butt. So the world's going to have to get on board with that, right? So, but look, we know, man, when everyone's starved, that's what I'm here to tell you, right? Everyone's starved of dopamine, red candles, no green candles. Everyone feels like we're going backwards and backwards and backwards. Everyone's been drained and drained and drained. That's why it's everybody's in scarcity mindset. They're like, oh, I hate that coin. You're taking away from me. But when the business cycle's going up and there's people everywhere, then everything goes up, which I know I've been waiting like 4 or 5 years in altcoins. But that'll be a much different time period and everyone will be friends again. Crypto Michael, check these out. Just to show you the sentiment. This is the worst sentiment I've seen since the FTX crash bottom. I called it 15K. Most are calling for a bear market. Max pain is higher. B saying, literally everyone is saying max pain is higher. Guaranteed max pain is lower. It's funny, and he has a lot of post things out here. See, that's interesting. No, 50% of crypto KOLs are calling for a bear market, and an overwhelmingly huge amount of crypto KOLs are calling for a bear market. Well, I've named from all of you, James, William, Peter Schiff. You have Chris Berninsky. A lot of people calling for a crypto bear market, going for 1 year of pain. And with the Bitcoin dominance still being at like 59% or whatever, people's actions say they're pretty much positioned for a bear market. Yeah, because altcoins are still low. Okay, so that 50% of people are calling for a bear market. People's actions are playing for the bear market. Absolutely no way, no way. And by the way, everybody was turbo leverage, just got wiped out. Right, they've just been wiped out as well. So we'll see what plays out. I still think we're on the right path, friends, because this is the alternative. Gainzy, man, I can't help myself. Official Rainbet account tweets out a parlay for 200K. At some point, Rainbet is going to have to give up on tweeting, so he's doing bets about West Ham, the 49ers and Falcons. Okay, like just, friends, that's the alternative, like sports gambling in crypto. You know what I mean? That doesn't, come on, man, look what we're here for. Look what we're here for. We're here for something bigger and better. Hopefully all the prices come up and we get to celebrate. This is the PulseChain PLS price chart. I know it's been a complete joke, friends, but look, man, you know, like I know it looks like a complete joke, but oh man, when that one day comes and we do that, you know, like that's it. That's it. There you go. 4.5 years of pain, all gone. All of it gone. You won't even be able to feel what the pain felt like anymore because it'll be in a whole new mode. It'll be now people saying, okay, how high do we go? So I really hope we do get something like that. Okay. So I think it's maybe we've got hinted the sacrifice wallets. They're splitting up so that they can be used for other stuff in preparation for the bull market and not just have one source. I'm totally on board with that. What about you? Like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.